Yeah.
Well, tell them.
Well, we spoke.
Actually,
you tell it. Tell it, right? Tell it.
I'll go sit down. I'll give an exclusive today. Okay. Right. Okay. When Brian has spoken to Wendy today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wendy was hacked 2 days ago. She's had the police round. She's had the cyber team round. Ian Paddock hacked her phones, her computer.
Yeah.
All right. Wendy has spoken to Brian today, and they've got no problem. Is it all right, Brian?
Yep, it's fine. Just remember what this man done. He's never been brought to justice for that, right? So I just thought I'd get that in now.
Basically, we came to the group before when I spoke to her, and she took all Brian's videos down. She's spoken to him for the first time today, just before we came on live with you. Yeah. And she now knows the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about Paddock. With me. And she's had to say, she had the cyber police come around 2 days ago, where she had her computers hacked.
Yeah.
Back to you.
And I just said, because we were just talking about that, he told me about that, and I said, just get Wendy on the phone. Bit like what I did when he come round about the Paddock thing, right? It was me, wasn't it, that said to you. I said...
When was this? Tell them the story.
Right, January. Was it January? January. I'm in my house, and someone turns up at the window, right? So it was Brian. So obviously, I'm like, who's this? Yeah, so I go to the window, and I was kneeling there when I talked to you out the window for about 10 minutes. In the end, I just thought, you know what, something's going to happen, fuck it, I've got to know. So I opened the door. When come in, do you want a coffee? He come in, he sat over there, we was talking. Like we got on and that, and then he was talking about Ian Paddock, and I said, do you know what? I haven't even looked at fucking Paddock I was on other things, do you know what I mean? I'm trying to get the channel thing going, and I've been putting everything into that, you know what I mean? What I need to get, how am I going to get it, you know what I mean? So, because of that, I think that's where the future is for me, doing the online channel and live gigs. So I got this guy at the window, so I let him in and we're talking, and he's showing me Ian Paddock's been interviewing Paul Page, ex-Queen's Protection, who's also been on Sean Atwood's podcast. They've also asked Brian to go on there, but he didn't want to go on there. I said, don't go on there, mate. It's John Wedger, all the rest of it. You don't want to go on there, definitely not. So we started talking, and he was showing me stuff about Paddock, and I said, I can't even really be bothered with this geezer. He's not the important one, boy. I said, he's the diversion that I'm supposed to be diverted by and not carry on the Murdoch tip. Murdoch is the target, right? Paddock's not even the target. He's just someone that's got in between. But I've walked into their den. I've got a habit of doing this, right? I'll go and see someone thinking they're all right, and then it all turns on me.
Everything's going to be all right.
I had this with I had this with John Harris, the guy that was doing all the Free Man on the Land videos online and that. I went to see him. He turned out to be a nice guy. And then towards the end, I'm thinking, no, there's Paddock involvement here. There's John Wedger involvement here. Like, it just seems like everyone knows everyone in that way.
Yeah.
And there's not many truthers out there. Even David Icke, I played David Icke down the phone. I've even put videos out about it. What Bill Maloney was getting that Andrew Ash, the alleged abuse victim that I filmed, right? What he was getting him to say about David Icke, he was getting him to say that David Icke had sex with him on the Azimuth Trust boat, right, in the 80s. And that David Icke was having sex with disabled children that were on the boat. Azimuth Trust was a trust that used to take disabled children on boating holidays, right? And all the little, I'm sitting there thinking, what am I filming here? What is going on?
Jesus.
And they'd already said a couple of hot things like Bill and Andrew and all them lot. So I was suspecting, right? Then I've got my own involvement in this, right? The rape of a band member. Which is the truth.
Cutting off what you're talking about when me turn up at your door. How come?
This is what I'm saying.
That's what you're going to get.
Yeah, but mate, it is what it is.
Did you know what? No, I'm like that as well. I fucking start off and then it just sidetracks to something else because it's all got to tie in. You got to tie it in. You got to tie it in, mate. It does
tie it in. If I don't tell you, I'll feel like
tie it in, mate. Tie it in.
5 months of my life.
So, mate, I've been doing it for 7 years. You know what I mean? Like, this is just a little extra bit after. So, anyway, all right, let me get back to that. So Brian turned up here basically talking to me about Ian Paddock and saying You know, what is actually going on now? Now, alarm bells go off because it's like, why is someone coming to my door talking about Ian Puddick when I ain't even been listening or thinking about this geezer? So my ears went up first of all, you know what I mean? So I thought, I've got to know. So we started talking. I thought, no, man, geezer seems all right. I've met people like Brian before, do you know what I mean? Same sort of attitude, same sort of person. I've met loads of people like Brian before. And so he came in, we got on and that, and I said to him, look, why don't you get Puddick on the phone? So he got him on the phone. He gets Puddick on the phone, and I said to him, no, he sent him a video first. Sorry. We sent him a video, and I'm saying, look, Ian, I don't really want to have all these arguments with you. I just want some answers. And they are, and believe me, they are legitimate questions that I've got to ask him, like, why are you doing things like that? But yet you can have my computers taken, but no one wants to seem to touch you. This guy is high up, whoever he is, Ian Puddick. He is friends with Michael Portillo, who's the ex-fucking defence minister. He goes Buckingham Palace, right, with his gin, yeah. He's all over BBC. His case is being spoken about in Parliament. He's funding multiple operations. He seems to be the ringmaster of all of the trolls that are all unreasonably attacking me, not talking about any of the evidence, the phone hacking evidence, like that, what I just showed you. That is important. That is in the public's interest. Mm-hmm. Right? The news you've been getting for the past 50, 60 years has all been fucking made up.
All doctored.
It's all not doctored, made up. I've interviewed Ian Cutler, who was Murdoch's top photojournalist through the 60s, 70s and 80s. Ian, how many front page stories have you done? About 40. Right. How many of them were made up? All of them.
Wow.
His mouth. I don't know what proof people need. Do you know what I mean? Still go and read the paper. Nah, Brian Harvey's a cunt. Look what he's done now. I'm the one out here telling the truth, and people can put me down. They can slag me off. They can say what they want. But one day, you are gonna fucking thank me.
I've been a victim of the newspapers slandering and blowing stories out of proportion and all that. I myself have been a victim of that as well.
Yeah.
They made up a story and made me out to be some evil cunt and just, you know what I mean?
This is what they do.
Once they got a hold of you, I felt like once they got a hold of me and they saw me at the court that day and they took my picture and I come home that night and I saw myself all over fucking BBC News and ITV News, I knew they was not gonna let up until they sunk their fucking teeth in me, mate. And they fucking did. They followed me all the way through, right up to the fucking Crown Court case when I was sentenced, and then they fucking still done a fucking an article on it. Like, good fucking he's in jail.
They all work hand in hand, mate. And the thing is people that go to court and that over criminal cases or whatever, right? Like even like with people with Brian, like Brian, Brian, they stitch Brian up basically. Yeah, Brian's got a couple of mates that with some sort of high profile sort of big cases, right? He's attached to a couple of people that way. Yeah. And obviously because he's backing his mate up, right? The old Bill stitched him up. Number one, how'd you nick a cheque for $1,000? Was it a blank cheque that was already just signed off and you fill in the numbers and the bit? Was it like that? It's impossible. He had the flooring contract in a hospital, right, where they're saying that he nicks this $1,000 cheque from. And he's in hospital having an operation at the time that they say they do it. But he done the 4 months for it. But the reason... See, I believe him because I know for a fact that the police don't act right, okay? Yeah. Hope you're watching,
I carry 2,000 on me.
Yeah.
People know I'm not lying.
That's it. Yeah. We know for a fact, Hurle, that the police, not only do they get involved in setting up stories with the news of the world, but that must mean that they are picking and choosing which people they come down on in life. Yeah, on a real one, there's no real justice. There's an handshake and a fucking badminton squash meeting behind it, probably. And they'll decide who they're going to come down on. The whole fucking thing's corrupt. The whole thing. I've got no trust, no faith in none of it ever again anymore. I know I'll keep myself right through life. And everyone else has got to do that themselves because you can't trust these people for any justice, anything real, any truth. All they will do is once you get close to the truth, is try to destroy you. And that's what they seem to do. I'm getting very, very close now. I'm very, very close. And they've done it to the wrong person because I'll never stop. I've already made my pact with God. I'm prepared to die. Yeah? I'm prepared to die. I've already been to the edge. Car accident. Hang on, mate. It's happened again with the... 1 second. So, are you there?
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. I can work your phone better than you now, boy. So, yeah, you've done it to the wrong person because I've been to the edge. Yeah. And the only reason I'm back here now is because I made a promise to God, right? When I was fucked, I had handlebars hanging out of me. I got a pipe in my neck. I can't speak. I was weighing 5 stone. It was over for me. You're going to walk again. Your stomach's up in your lungs. But I'm back now. Yeah, I'm back now, and I got the evidence, and I ain't never going away. And we are going to get some justice, and this is going to happen in front of everyone. They can say what they want about me. I've been called all sorts online, mate. I've been getting called a paedophile by a geezer that looks like a proper paedophile in fucking Australia, right? They're just making up any bollocks that they can throw at me.
I've got a puppy farm.
Right?
I've got a puppy farm.
You've got a puppy farm.
Yeah. I've been a victim of that.
You're a serial killer.
Oh, yeah, I'm a triple murderer.
I'm an actor, even though I've been in E17. Hang on, who's this geezer? What are you talking about? Who's this bloke? I was in E17, you fucking mug. Like, I've come out of the blue like I'm some actor. It's ridiculous what they do, but they do it. They do it to wind you up. Right?
Do you know what? That's exactly what they do. I've been a victim of it as well, man. I've been caught.
Then they make a Google Drive, keep it, and then just try and make you look like a nutter. But you can't do it to me because whichever direction that they tread, I've got evidence that stops you. So let's get in a call and let me ask the fucking questions.
So Brian, a lot of people would say like, "Oh, what makes you so special?" Like,
I'm not special.
No. Let me finish. They'd say, "What makes you so special?" Like, you're not like really in the public eye anymore. So what makes them want to defame you? But I got my own. The
historic case. Well, look, here we go. Right?
Opinions on that as well.
3 things: the rape of the band member, what I know about, and where the people that must have been involved and where that would lead.
Yeah.
Right. We're talking about prime ministers and shit. Yeah. Right. The phone hacking evidence and the Millie Dale thing from 2002. It's ended up like this. I am the person that can open the investigation Leveson 2 because of the evidence that I've got. Now, it's not that I'm necessarily overly important. This is historic evidence that they've sent my old my old solicitor, Richard Mallet, right, to me in 2012, not thinking that he's working for the other side. They've sent me someone who beat them for me again, you know what I mean, in 2003. So, of course, I'm going to trust him. It's here, look. Here it is. Richard Mallet, right? Richard Mallet, my solicitor. This is the actual thing that I signed that day. Yeah. And it says, I had to write this out, scan it and sign it and send it back to him. 24th of the 4th, 2012. Dear Richard, as per your conversation with my manager, Simon Harrison, Andrew Ash called him, said he's been abused by him as well. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm writing to say I authorised Mallet's solicitors to make inquiries with the Metropolitan Police to ascertain whether I've been the victim of telephone hacking. Right, and that was the day he made me sign it, right? Richard Mallet. Now, this is a bloke who I was going to trust because he beat the News of the World for me in 2003 with the criminal case where the hacking comes from, where they set me up and tried to make it look like I was setting up my ex-wife. I wasn't trying to set up my ex-wife. This geezer had come to me, this Zorba bloke in the hacking story, right? In case you don't know who this guy is. He had come to me through my mate Reese, who's now dead, right? Think that's a coincidence? It ain't a coincidence, right? They've killed him while he's on holiday, slipped something in his drink. He's gone out for a swim with his daughter.
No complex.
And that, right, yeah, and no fucking evidence either. They've killed him. I'm sorry, mate. That's my fucking view on that. So you can see that this goes everywhere. You know what I mean? There's too much to go into. I need to do this one time in front of a jury in a court. If it lasts 2, 3, 4, 5 days, whatever, I need to do it in there on record and get it out because I'm telling the truth. And I'll back it up with evidence. It's all there. They've been caught. It's just they never thought they'd get caught out like a fucking prick by me. Yeah, and they don't like it. And I wouldn't like it either if I was all fucking posh and had loads of money and used to using big solicitors. Then some little cunt comes along and goes, "Yeah, what about this though?" Yeah, they don't like it. And they know they set me up back in the day. So did that solicitor. He knew they set me up. They tapped my phone. They've acted illegally. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to keep being the cunt all the time. And what's right is right. This is God, mate. This ain't me. I can't do all this on my own. This is going the right way because I'm doing the right thing. My intent's right and I'm going to do the right thing. It's not about the money. Just make me right. I said waiver any money, but put each one of these people in prison for 5 years apiece. That's where you know there ain't no justice. They're not going to let me have that. They can't.
Viewers have any questions?
Yeah, you got any questions?
Yeah, what you mentioned about the rape of a band member and stuff like that. I was watching a clip from The Word yesterday. Where the manager went on and the first thing what the man asked him, he said, I heard you sell sex and not music.
Yeah,
and he said exactly. He said, and the man he replied by saying, so which one of the lovely band members caught your eyes? And he said, well, I slept with all of them initially.
Did you see my face? Did you see my face?
Yeah.
Did you see my face on that clip?
Yeah.
Well, I was not happy about that, man. I'll tell you, because I'm sitting there, I've got my mum watching it, all my family, I'm thinking, what the fuck did this geezer just say?
When's your back coming?
Mate, so, right, and then read his book and you'll see that he says that on The Word. It was me that asked, because Channel 4 took that down, right? Channel 4 took that down. The head of communications for Channel 4, her name's Hayley Barlow. She's the one that sends out the email with Neil Wallace and Andy Coulson on it, right? She would have been running Channel 4. She took that fucking interview down for Tom. You couldn't find it for years. It was only when I went online and said, has anyone got the interview out there from The Word where he says, oh yeah, as long as do you hear him like a nonce, man? As long as I get to sleep with all of them. That's all this cunt cares about. That's why I put the video together where you hear him saying that and you hear him saying it's about sex and music. Sometimes. What? You fucking nonce. Listen, he fucking knew I knew where he was, and that's why they set me up in 1997.
Suddenly died a month ago.
He's a fucking nonce, and if he's dead now, you can't sue me. Tom Watkins, noncy cunt, nonce man. Where's my money, you fucking nonce?
Any more questions?
I got loads of questions for you, mate. I got loads of questions. Don't worry, we're not in.
Yeah, so hang on, let me just answer that question. No, I never got bummed. Yeah? Just know that. Look in my eyes. I never got bummed.
Yeah.
And rest sure of that. I might look a bit stoned, but I never got bummed. I don't mind, I'll sit stoned, but I never got bummed. Yeah?
But what are you saying? He targeted some of your band member friends, yeah?
Yes. And I'm not going to go there because... Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there because if this prick is actually dead, then there ain't going to be no justice there anyway, and I'm not going to put that person through it, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? The person in question, see, I'm not cunt. I could look at this whole thing now and be like, they don't give a fuck about me. Look how they've all fucking treated me. Yeah, I could be a nasty cunt and go, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I went after Watkins. And I've done everything without saying the person's name. Because as soon as you say the person's name, it becomes official, it will make the papers and it will go everywhere. And I don't want that person committing suicide, say, for example, yeah?
Look, I mean, at the time, I'm not going to lie, Brian, I was never a fan of E17. You're a couple of years older than me, and I always like kind of rap and that sort of stuff.
Of course, yeah. So mate, guess what? Me and all.
But
yeah?
I did hear a review, and I did know that you guys were doing your thing. You was touring the worldwide superstars kind of thing, and to see to see someone who was a mega superstar, and then years later, they've just fell from stardom and just properly took you away from it. But at the time, if I look back now and look at the difference in the boy groups, actually, we were saying it the other day. Like, I don't say it offensively, but at the time, you lot were the least gay of all the boy bands. You know what I mean? All the boy bands were kind of like that, kind of like gay kind of. Kind of thing. Whereas you lot were more like with the baggy pants and the hat.
Yeah.
More like the kind of rap sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, man, me and Terry were into Boys to Men, Jodeci.
Yes.
I listen to people like, do you listen to any gospel and that, like Commission, people like that?
No, I never really used to listen to that, but all the old R&B, like Shy and fucking
that's where it comes from,
and all that, you know what I mean? All the old R&B, H-Town and Shy and all them artists. All of them sort of things. That was my sort of thing, do you know what I mean?
But, that was my thing. That was my thing.
Looking now at the future, I'm thinking, look, they kicked you out of this whole superstardom thing for that one comment you made about the ecstasy, yeah? That's literally why you lost your fame. Let's put it straight.
Well, that's the excuse. That's the excuse.
That's the excuse.
With the support of the mainstream.
Yeah, of course, they got to be behind it. They fully supported it.
You know what? It was a little bit deeper than that. It was a little bit deeper than that as well, because of what I found out what the manager done right at the time when he would have wanted us to re-sign a management contract. Right, so 1997. Management contract is coming to the end. It's been 92 to 97, 5 years, right? And he wanted to sign us again. And I'm the one that stood up and said, I'll never fucking sign with you again, you cunt. After what you do, the way you earn your money, no fucking way. After that point, I had to go. So what they had to do was get rid of me. This is how evil these people are. They get rid of you in a way where we're going to make it look like he destroyed himself. And in destroying himself, we'll get him to ask him about ecstasy. Now, Tony Mortimer out of my group, he done an interview about ecstasy a couple of weeks before with The Guardian. And that the journalist never turned him over. The bloke that comes in to interview me right after I've told the manager, fuck you, I ain't signing with you again, now works head of communications at 10 Downing Street, funnily enough. Got Andy Coulson's old job, funnily enough. Right, so this Anthony Simon from IRN News, who interviews me back in 1997, listen, mate, he was sent in by Watkins. You ask him about this, he's going to be honest and tell you the truth, as I've done here today, right? You know what, you can see what I'm like, yeah? So I sat there and told the truth, said, yeah, I've done 12 pills one night, I don't see the problem, if people want to go out at the weekend, whatever, right? That was all they needed back then. Now, was it a clever thing to say? No, I don't think it was, but I've just seen Tony talk about it openly, so I'm thinking, well, it's not a problem then, is it? So, you know, I'm fucking young at the time. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? You're right in the height of fame, and I wasn't really paying attention to anything apart from all the band's going to end and, what happens next. Well, I quickly found out what happens next. So by 5:30 the next morning, I was public enemy number one in the country. You got Paul Betts fucking talking about me, Millie Dowler's, Leah Betts, his dad. It was like I gave her the fucking pill that killed her. That's how they had me feeling. There was nothing to do with me, that story. It's just the media going, let's do that and make a fucking big thing out of it. Now, what I didn't know was that the manager, Tom Watkins, has got relationships with people in Parliament. Now, I sort of knew, because I'm pretty sure I saw Tony Blair at one of his parties one night with his wife, Cherie, up on the top floor up there. I was skinning up. There's like a book room on that. I'm sure I was talking to him. I'm sure it was him, right? Didn't do nothing wrong. It was quite a nice bloke, actually. But it was him that I saw at a party. He knows politicians. And there's a guy called Nigel Evans MP, and another guy, and they're the ones that put the drugs bill through to stop all the illegal raves, and they used me to do it. So there is the Brian Harvey's in the news. He said something wrong about ecstasy. All of the press get involved to join in putting the boot in, and the press and the public fall for it because they keep seeing it from all these official angles, and the public are just brainwashed. I've done it, picked up the paper and gone, oh, look at that cunt. Oh, I fucking don't like him. You don't know him. No, I don't. But I've just gone, I fucking don't like you, you cunt, off of an article that I've seen in the paper. That's the power that they've got. They needed to make me look like I destroyed myself. I didn't destroy myself. I was honest in an interview. Now, Paul McCartney said this before, right? About when he got caught with with drugs in the past, and he's doing an interview about it, and he says that he goes, all I done was answer a question. Do I want that going into all the homes up and down the country? No, I didn't. But does the journalist take any responsibility for the thing that he puts out that will then influence young people, say, for example, into taking ecstasy and taking drugs? He's took no responsibility for that. He stitched it up. He knew what he was doing. You're the one with the power that was writing that fucking article, and you knew the way that it was going to go, but it was all planned to go that way. Because I thought I was an idiot. Yeah, he looks like he destroyed himself. What a mug. And that will be the public perception until you come along and change it. And it's very hard to change it once you've been nailed to the ground like that by these people. But they can't stop me. They can't fucking stop me. You will not stop me, Murdoch. From me to you right now, you will not stop me. I am coming for you, and you're going to pay me.
Next question.
Next question, please.
So,
I'm not.
Did your wife have any questions?
Can we hear from Lena Puddick?
No. There's no Will's wife over the
Oh, she's got any questions?
Do I have any questions? Actually, let's break up the mood a little bit.
What's that?
Is that true? You've been the best-looking guy in E17. You get most attention for women. Is that true?
Is it true that you're the best-looking guy in E17 and you got the most attention from women?
I don't think I'm the one to really answer that question.
Hang on, Will. What's the question?
He looks like he's being modest now. He's being modest.
I'm not the one to answer that question. I'm not. How can I answer that? Yeah, it was me, yeah.
You asked me how many women you slept with.
All right. I got another kind of girly question for you then. How many boobs have you signed?
How many boobs have I signed? Fucking hell. No, maybe 10 for every star on that wall. Maybe. Mate, people get you sign my plaster arm, sign my... What have I got? Oh, sign my fag box, sign my baby's arm, sign my dog.
What's the weirdest thing you've been asked to sign?
Someone's baby.
Someone's baby? Are you serious?
Baby, Radio 1 Roadshow. Sign my baby, like, you sure about this?
Oh, my God.
What are you going to do with that, man? Put the baby on eBay? Fucking hell.
We got a guy in the live chat. He says, "Real, can you do me a favour? Can you tell Brian I'm with Punky?" And he says,
"Punky, what's that then, Paul?" Yeah, I know Punky.
Can I just say hello to Yvonne Brown, aren't you, Yvonne?
Yvonne Brown, big shout out to Yvonne Brown.
She's a legend.
Yeah, look, back to that thing. What I was trying to get at was that whole comment about the ecstasy and whatnot. Yeah. That is kind of like a thing that they made you look really bad for. But I mean, if you look at the music that we've got out today, you know, it's take Molly, pop pills, fucking do this, do that, you know, like fucking take a weekend, fucking get pissed, get fucked, fucking have an OD, fucking
Do
you know what I mean? So really and truly, like, they properly fucked you over, mate, because they knew what they was
you reckon though?
Anyway.
I'm not being funny. But if I was gay, I might have got away with it because Graham Norton said, I used to take ecstasy, I had great fun. Boy George can take it and handcuff a geezer to a fucking radiator for a week and he's all right. But as soon as F'King Harvey takes a pill, no, you're fucking cunt, you are, mate. Hang him. You know what I mean? It's not right. You've got to ask yourself, why they all club together and do that to me? What do I know? Do you know something? Might do.
Yeah.
Might.
Yeah, nah, I do. I want to know what's happened. What happens at these private mansion parties? Tell us what happens.
Never been to one, mate. Never been to one. I'll tell you something. The rest of E17 got asked to go to what's his fucking name? Elton John's birthday bash one time.
Yeah.
I wasn't told about it. Don't fucking tell him. I can't go, mate. I don't get told.
Tell him about the red rooms.
The red rooms, right.
Tell him about the red rooms, Will.
Yeah, what's the red rooms?
Right, the red rooms was a bit upstairs in Brown's, right? Nightclub up London, right? Right, check this out. So,
Brown's in Shoreditch. Is it in Shoreditch?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I'm in there. I don't go, right, you used to do the doors, right? You ever seen me around the clubs?
No, you very rarely come.
Thank you.
Two or three times.
Right, never seen me around the club. So I weren't really a clubber. Do you know what I mean? I used to, when we're out working over Europe or whatever, and that, I'm always out in clubs because you've just played in the club. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you don't want to be out there socialising.
I'd rather chill out with my mates, smoke green, and do what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm not really bothered about all that. And we was in. Daniela had took me up Brands one night. There's a picture of us online. If you type in Brian Harvey, Daniela Westbrook, you see a picture of us outside Brands. We're either going in or coming out. I think we're going in by the looks of things. Looks like we was going in. And that was the night in question. Now, I didn't even really want to talk about this Brands event, but there was a woman online called Christine Hart, who she's a journalist. She has been all right. I've had my ups and downs with her, but she has spoken quite openly to me, which I appreciate when someone does. I mean, she's played Mazza Mahmood's wife, the Fake Shake's wife, and everything. And I've been talking to her, and she had a online radio show. And I said, yeah, I'll come on and do your show. And I did say to her, I said, I don't really want to go into that one and that, you know what I mean? Because I've not seen anyone having sex or anyone being abused, you know what I mean? I just said what I saw. Right, so anyway, we're in the office of the place for some reason. Daniela knows whoever. I don't know fucking no one. And then we go upstairs. We go behind like this wall bit, and we go up some stairs, and it's obviously another private bit. And you go up there, geezer pull the curtain back, open the door. We sort of walk through someone's private room. And from what I remember, there was about 6 people in there, I think, in total. Right, and as we was walking through, probably 4 or 6 meters, just walking through to get, because you go through the room, and then there was another door, and then we're going into a corridor, right? And then Daniela was saying she was going to the toilet. She weren't. I know what she was going there for. Right, yeah.
Be honest.
Right, let's be honest. It's no secret. It's no secret. Anyway, that's what she's going up. So we go upstairs, and we have to walk through this room with these people in it. And it's sort of dark. There's a sort of leather chair that goes round the edge. There was a table, little round table in front of it. A couple of people sort of had their back to me, a couple of people the other side. And the thing that took my eye was I looked and I thought, right, that's a fucking skinny knee. Right, that's all I saw on a quick one. I took a double look, and I was looking at the way the bird's dressed, and she looked like she had on like white blouse thing tied round the waist, pigtails, glasses, these suspenders on, but the leg weren't filling out the suspender properly, and that's what took my eye. I went to the corridor. I went to the geezer. Wait, something's not right there. Now, he probably thought I've gone, oi, what's going on in that room there? Mate, honestly, you're not thinking at that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see any sex going on, but this girl was sat on the edge of the chair, sort of sat like that. And in my head, I felt an awkwardness. Do you know what I mean? And then there was a boy in a suit. He was sat couple along, there was a woman next to him, and he had a suit on. Now, there weren't no sex going on or nothing like that, and the bird was sat there like that, and as I remember it, people were sort of laughing. It was so fucking quick. You know what I mean? I've just walked through, sorry, mate, sorry, and I've took a double look on the knee, one of them like that, and that was it. And that is it. And then when I gone back on that, Brian, if you keep kids in cages, why didn't you do nothing? I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't seen no one in a cage. What are you talking about? That's all I saw. That is it. And then that's been spoken about, and then people have made videos left, right and centre. I've never seen any of this private party sex stuff. I've never seen any of it. Have you? So I've never seen any of this shit, mate. Mate, if I'm never sex with a bird, I don't want loads of people in the room. I'm one of them. Do you know what I mean? I'm going fucking on my own with a bird. Like, what's that? I don't have a geezer in. What's the fuck off, mate? Get out. I'm not into that.
No, to be fair,
one thing. I've had the pleasure of having 2 birds before, and it was wicked, I ain't going to lie. But a one-on-one, mate, you know what I mean? I don't do all that fucking mad shit and that. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that? You're at your nut at some party, you're on some bird, some geezer's come and slipped in behind you. Hey, I'm not involved in that. I'm here, Walthamstow, smoking me weed. Look, I'm fine. I don't give a fuck. I'm not nonce. I don't want to be bummed. I don't want nothing to do with that. Just pay me what you owe me, Murdoch, and fuck off out my life, and just let me get on with the rest of it. If I tell you what, he's saying, if I get what I'm supposed to get out of Murdoch, right, I'm asking the geezer for 25 million. That's what he owes me. You owe me $1 million a year for every fucking year you've taken away. right? And it's not about the money. I'll waiver all of it if you just fucking all go to prison for 5 years. I know they're not going to do that. So give me the money, never chat my name again, and then what I want to do can start. Then you will see. Because I'm a person that will do what I say I'm going to do. That 4 million of that thing straight off the top of that is going straight into charity, mate. We're going to do a charity for dogs, right? What they call fucking dangerous dogs or whatever. I want a charity there, rehabilitation, and try and work that in somehow with a mental health dog program. You know what I mean? Like a dog therapy program where you can come to this place.
I've got a puppy farm.
You got a puppy farm?
I've got a puppy farm.
And you're a serial killer.
I'm a serial killer, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to give back. I would set up a charity for victims of child abuse, a proper one that I know no one's fucking about with, a proper registered charity, one for dogs, one for homeless people, one for mental health. Definitely.
Next question.
And that needs to happen. I mean, it's walk-in centres for mental health. And the other issue that I wanted to bring up was what me and Brian have been talking about, and that is, I believe that social media, it's not a clampdown on freedom of speech. Your channel's about freedom of speech. So tell me what you think of this. You shouldn't be able to have a social media account unless you put your fucking proper face up there and it's just a real account where you can be held accountable for what you say and you can't hide behind a fake profile. And that would stop all the bullying.
312 girls died last year from suicide abuse for cyberbullying.
In this country?
In this country.
312 girls died from cyberbullying through suicide.
Suicide. 312.
Right? Now, that could be stopped by people simply having you can't have a social media account unless you put your real details up there. Simple as. That's not to say that companies and big businesses can't have a bit like where it's verified. But then you've got to stand by what you say. There could be no more trolling that way. And I don't think that's a clampdown on freedom of speech. You know,
got a driving licence, your passport.
Exactly, it's the same process. So why should it be? They are allowing the bullies and the suicides and the online trolling that I've had, you've had, he's had.
I've had that.
You know what I'm saying? They need to do that. That needs to become mandatory, I believe. And there's going to be people out there going, oh, you're a shill, you're working for them. No, I fucking ain't. I've just had 7 years of bollocks, mate. You ain't been through what I've been through. So trust me, I'm up the front saying genuine. I've got a genuine account. I ain't got any troll accounts. I'm up there. What do you think? What do you think of that idea?
Look, I like the idea behind it, behind the, the whole stopping of the trolls and whatnot. But the only problem with this is we can't trust these social media platforms with our information. We can't be giving them freely all of our information. We saw what happened with Facebook and all these other companies that process our information and then sell it on, you know what I mean? So I think that itself is a
choice then, isn't it? Don't go on there. It's one of them, isn't it? Don't go on there then if you don't do that. The government and all that got your details anyway. You know what I mean? They know everything about you. And I don't want to get into, well, if you've got nothing to hide, then you don't mind being watched. I'm not saying that at all. No fucking way.
Yeah, but then they'd say the same to you, Brian. They'd say if you got a problem with them not showing their identity, then you should stay off of that platform. Do you get what I'm saying? They would.
Well, I would say I have the moral high ground because I put my face up there, and you're talking to, which is the whole idea of social media, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, my face is out there as well. I'm often getting trolled by people, these faceless trolls in the live chat. Want to talk about my previous history, talk about my family, all kinds of things like this.
Pass, man. Yeah. Nobody's perfect, are they? No. Tell me one perfect person.
Exactly.
Everyone's got a pass.
Yeah. Now there's social media. No one's ever done nothing wrong in that. Yeah. It's fucking silly, isn't it? You know. But when you start getting into, young people killing themselves because they've been trolled, I can take it, mate. I don't give a fuck. I'll give it back to any one of them. Until you turn up at my door with a knife, then it becomes real. Yeah. Until then, you're that online. Yeah, I'm fucking, really, mate, come to my house.
Yeah, come to my house.
That's what I'm saying. So it's the only way to fuck all them people off. And I believe that, mate. I really do. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, I'm sure that would probably clean up a lot of platforms. But it's like I said, I'll just be a bit worried about what these companies are going to do with our information. But it's inevitable that they're going to get it in the end anyway. So, I mean, to be honest, Facebook have actually have got my passport already. I was kicked off of Facebook until I gave them my passport, and unfortunately, I had family and friends on there with no other way of contacting them without that Facebook, so I had to give them my identification.
Yeah,
you know, so that's out there now. But listen,
I think it's the only way forward on it. I really do, because I can't see. Otherwise, people are always forever going to get bombarded by 200, 300 people, which is then going to. I mean, it fucks with your mind. What you go through? Seriously? I mean, I must be quite headstrong to be able to deal with this shit for 7 years. You know what I mean?
Longer.
Like Brian's been dealing with it for 6 months and that. 5 months. It's done him. He's had enough of it, mate. He just wants it's just stress, and it is stress. It's unneeded stress. And I'm telling you, Ian Puddick, you've got a lot to answer for, mate. I know you're watching this broadcast, and I just want to know what you're going to say when you get in the court, and I'll show you the paperwork for you funding that operation with Andrew Ash, because to me it looks like, well, I'm convinced he is there as part of the police operation or a secret services operation to hunt down any real victims of VIP child abuse. So they set these people up that look like truthers, and then the real victims are going to come forward to these people, and these people are all part of a network which are there to protect the higher-ups and shut them down. That's what I'm seeing.
What do you think of John Wedger?
I think he's a prick.
Jonathan Wedger.
I think he's a prick.
In Marconi Holiday Park in South Wales.
There you go.
With Anna Breeze.
Yeah.
And with Phil Maloney. And with Marie Maloney.
John Wedger is the geezer that picked me up and took me down to meet Bill Maloney the first time. Bill said to me, I'll send my copper mate down, he'll pick you up. And he did, he picked me up and brought me home. Now, for a while...
There's on the phone. There's a message I can send you where he's telling me to get off his back. Please leave me alone.
Right. John was threatening me online, mate. He's online standing there with his other big mates going, yeah, Brian Harvey, you need to shut up. Shut up about what? That fucking Bill Maloney's your mate and he's trying to walk me into stitching me up and putting me in prison? Yeah? Is that like...
He's on the range list.
Is he on the range list?
He's on the range list. Well, if you type in... did you know about the range list?
Have a look at the range list.
Do you know about the range list?
No, I've never heard about that.
I googled the range list. You'll see Jonathan Wedger on there, Bill Maloney, Mackenzie, you'll see, and they'll show you his special branch, MI5, and they'll show you who's undercover, and a couple of police informers. Dr. Joan Crawford put it up on Google. Yeah?
There's something that's up on now, but it's been put up by someone called...
No, that's the second one. You've got Dr. Joan Crawford, the proper one.
Dr.
Joan Crawford. The range list.
Yeah, but who is this? Who is this person? That's
what I'm saying. She died. Put that. She died.
You've had a... Brian, let me divert you for a minute. You've had a lot of pretty girlfriends in your time. I was watching a documentary yesterday, the one that just after your accident with the car, and you was with a model at the time, Emma B, Emma B or something like that.
Lovely girl, really, really lovely girl, genuine. And she's a lovely girl. I got nothing but good things to say about her. She's not only is she a pretty girl, but she was lovely to go with it as well. And her mum, you know what I mean? Her mum was really nice as well.
Yeah, so she seemed like she was a nice person. She was there for you at the time. But what I was going to say is, you mentioned Daniela Westbrook when you was talking about your story in Browns or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, we all know who Daniela Westbrook is, and the story of her with a cocaine habit and her nose and whatnot like that. Yeah.
Apparently I got her on it. So apparently it was all me. Not the fact that I didn't know her when she was 14 doing cocaine in nightclubs. That doesn't come into it. No, it was me. I got her on it. It was all me.
So you basically answered the question what I was going to ask you next. She was doing it before you met her, basically. I got it all screenshotted just in case we ever go down that road again.
I know Danny's mum. She's called Susan. Yeah. Yeah. I know Danny's mum. I'll see her for a weekend. So yeah. I know her mum. 12 years old when Daniela was in the acting school, Sylvia Young acting school.
Yeah.
And then he sent us, and Sam Mitchell, this is going back obviously when she was 12, 13.
Yeah.
She was going out clubbing at 13.
Wow.
And as a parent, how would you not know where your daughter is at 13 and she's out on the gear at 13?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Cool.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, but later on, it's a great story when we split up. Yeah, it was all Brian, he got me on it. You fucking cunt, I'm the one that tried to get you off it. Who dragged you up 7-Eleven at 4 o'clock in the morning and said, get a pint of milk in your neck? Nah. Yeah? You forget these things. Forget these things. But no, I'm just a cunt. Basically, it's just throw it on him. Throw it on him. And then when you talk to me, you get the truth. So
It's all Brian's fault. Do you know what? It's funny
it's all Brian's
because
fault.
somebody wrote in a comment. It's all Brian's fault, like a joking thing. Because
That's it.
The running thing is that it's been all my fault recently. Like everything that goes wrong on this channel, it's all my fault. Someone comes on here and says something, it's all my fault. Someone does this, it's all my fault. So that's quite funny. I like that. Like it's all Brian. Hashtag it's all Brian's fault. Like.
Hashtag it's all my fault. I like it. Blame Brian. Hashtag blame Brian.
Hashtag blame Brian. Yeah.
That's it. Blame Brian.
Oh shit. So there you go, guys. We've got a bit of truth out there. There you go. You probably won't get that anywhere else. Do you know what I mean?
We'll do more as well, Real, as things like develop. Because I think I've got criminal barristers now. They've got all the evidence. They've got like that on Ian Puddick, and I've told them now I want him. I want it no matter what. I'm not going through this anymore. I don't know. I said to Brian, I don't know where this geezer's. He has to be intelligent.
He tracked my car when I went to Liverpool. Nobody knew I was going.
Against intelligence service.
Even Brian didn't know I was going. Nobody knew.
Yeah, you told me somewhere else.
I told you somewhere else.
And then he put up a video related to where you were going.
Said hello, Brian.
Yeah.
I put a scout.
His intelligence services. Otherwise,
I have had my car. I wanted it every week.
Why ain't his computer's been taken? He had mine taken, and then right up to the court date, and then threw it out. Yeah, they took it right up to the date, so it was just to stress me right up to the date, and then nothing was going to come of it because I was going to go Crown Court with that printed on a t-shirt and walk in and say, "How's it going, everyone?" This morning. Okay, let's explain this case to the best of our ability, please. I'll just walk in with that. It's over. What can you say to that? I've got your receipt for funding an operation that was clearly set out to protect Leon Britton. Andrew Ash accused Leon Britton. Why ain't he in prison for 18 years like Cole Beach? Yeah? Ask yourself that one. Because that was left for me to do. And then I was going to go to prison for it. And then no one was going to listen to.
I give 18 years.
That. And they said, I'll bill round my house saying, there's death threats on your life. Do you want to sign that, Brian? No, I don't want to sign it. Okay, put some locks on your windows. Bye. Yeah? And they fucking walked off. They've really tried it. They won't listen. They think I'm weak. They think I'm going to go and commit suicide. Oh, I can't take no more. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not ever going to happen. I would not do that to my daughter, my family, to the people that have been following. I won't fucking let people down like that. So if anything does happen to me, just not, well, you know, innit? It'd be them.
Yeah,
It'd be them. You know where to start the pace. Yeah, all right. If his wheel comes up his car on the way home, then you know what happened.
But you got CCTV and all that in you. You got.
I've got bits and that.
You got your dogs and that. You know what I mean? So.
I've got a couple new bits going up. My mate Mo's doing them for me. He's got to. We're going to have 2 new cameras go up on the front. I've got 4 in the back, but that's going to be keep an eye on the dogs and that. So I can bring them into the live stream and that. People love dogs, and they. Yeah. My dogs are beautiful. They got to be on the show with me.
Yeah, they are nice dogs.
Yeah, they're lovely dogs, man.
Nice little setup. What you're doing.
For anyone that's out there that's got depression and that, I really recommend getting a nice dog, a nice staff or a staff cross or something. Honestly,
just awareness.
It's funny because I was talking with my missus last night. And we was just saying how, like, you know, dogs. I was telling her, you know, dogs will really like come to you if you're sad and upset. They will feel your depression.
They are the best company. Honestly, my dog Trigger, mate. He's my fucking hero, mate. He don't even know. He don't even know. He is my absolute fucking hero, that dog. I genuinely believe that when it got bad, when I thought that was it, these people are going to have my door off, I'm a dead man. Yeah, I really believe that. I think they had to think twice because of Trigger, because he would fucking kill you, man. He would fucking kill you. He's the most placid dog in the world. But I've seen him go just over jealousy with another dog, and it was like, fucking hell, I've got a lion in my house. You know what I mean? But he's just fucking amazing, and it's going to really kill me one day, man. When I don't even want to think about it. You know what I mean? He's 8, so as far as I'm concerned, he's halfway through. I want to make the rest of his life brilliant. That's why I'm doing the garden. They got a kennel with a fucking TV in it, mate. Underfloor eating.
They got a fucking TV in the kennel.
Yeah, it's only going to be the little 7-inch monitor that I used to do the video in with, but I'm going to cut 2 Pioneer car stereos in, put the grills on, and the carpet out in the box. All plastered out, and there's the bollocks, mate.
And then what, you're going to leave it on the animal channel for them, yeah?
Yeah, that's what they have in Dog Channel. You know that, don't you? I'll have to get a little Apple TV, like a cheap second-hand Apple TV box or something, because when you AirPlay to them, they seem to work best with no delay. So I can do it from the laptop or the computer or the phone. Plus, if I'm sitting in the garden, the old kennel come like one big fucking speaker box, man. So it should be good, you know what I mean? And then up the end of the garden, I'm putting in like 10-foot fence posts, concreting them in, and we're going to do the top all iron, cover it with a roof, and then they're going to have their tyre to hang off all day because he loves that. He loves his tyre.
Big up all the super chats. Big up Ultra Funky, £2. Big up Esau, €2. Big up Easy, £2.
Say hello to Esau for me.
Big up Esau.
Big up Esau.
Big up yourself, Esau.
Esau's a big fan of yours.
He's a big fan of yours, boy.
Esau's a big fan.
Big fan.
Oh, nice one, man.
No one can't say a bad word about E17 around Esau, mate.
Oh, bless him, man. No, big him up.
Do you want to bring him in? Do you want to bring him on?
Huh?
Do you want to bring Esau on to say hello?
Who was you asking? Was you asking Easy?
I'm asking you.
He's asking you, yeah.
Your channel.
If Brian wants to.
I don't mind, mate.
He's a nice bloke, mate.
I'm easy, mate. I'm easy.
Jump on for a minute, Esau. I'll text you the link.
Yeah, it's quite handy because I've not done this.
It's all right.
It's all right, isn't it? It's quite handy, yeah.
You'll promote your channel as well, Will.
Yeah, I'll big you up, and then don't worry, Will. I'll get a load of my lot to come over to your thing. I think it's all right. It's good.
It's a good channel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, man. Next time, come over, man. Don't be a stranger. You know what I mean? Come over.
Yeah. I think this is the way now, isn't it, Will? Do you know what I mean? Like,
open platforms is the best way to get your information out there, get your stories out there. No one can't. Say they didn't hit. I heard the truth from his mouth. I saw it from his mouth. No fucking TV edited interview. No
that's
fucking
right, yeah. You know you're getting it.
Shit, you know what I mean? Like, you say one thing and the next thing
edited. Hang on. Let me.
Oh, you started him off now, Real.
No,
here we go.
Just so the man and his viewers, right? Because it's important for his viewers to know that he's got someone on that's not chatting shit. Right, look, here's the police evidence bag, right? When Paddy had my computers taken, he had my 21-inch iMac, which Mo bought off me. He's got that. And then I've got a 27-inch iMac over there, right? Yeah? Right? So the police took them, and that bag there is the one that my big computer was in, so I keep everything so I can prove the paper trail of what the police have done to me, because they're in for it and all. Right, so and this series is the phone hacking evidence. Right, I've got many copies of this bundle. I've even got some buried with drives. That's how yeah,
back up.
I'm not joking. Right, so for example, let me just. You can see it was all put down as Brian Harvey versus News Group Newspapers Limited. It should say Brian Harvey versus News International PLC. Right, so for example, if I just show you just some of the paperwork that I've got in it, like when I say I've got transcripts, right? Right, so here's police paperwork, yeah? Right, and you can see that's all stamped up and everything, right?
Yeah.
Right, and look, here we go. When I say I got transcript, see that, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah? You've seen shit like this before,
I've seen all
yeah, look, yeah. When I say pay, I'm not fucking joking, right? Let me just keep... I mean, this is only some of it. This is just an inch's worth that I picked up out of it. Look. Yeah? Yeah, pages and pages.
7 years.
7 years. Of conversations. This is all from the case in 2002 when the News of the World done this article.
Can you see the back ball?
They've done this article. E17 stars coke sting on X. Now, number one, I don't do cocaine. Anyone knows that. Everyone knows that about me. I smoke weed, right? I don't do cocaine. So I don't get all the fucking cocaine. Now, this is a Mazza Mahmood, Robert Kellaway, Conrad Brown, Stian Alexander, News of the World, sting operation. It was a setup. It's not news. That headline is bollocks. I'll tell you exactly what happened. The geezer, my mate who's dead, my mate Reese, this geezer Zorba approaches him in the Fairways pub one Sunday. Geezer's about to watch an Arsenal game. Fairways pub's only round the corner in Chingford. My mate Reese rings me about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm with Emma B at the time. We're staying in near A Bridge in like a barn conversion, which is where I got the idea for my kennel, funny enough. And my mate rings me in the afternoon. I'm over here by the window. House phone goes. I'm talking to Reese. He goes, yeah, I'm in the Fairways pub here. I've got this geezer Zorba. He goes, I sort of know him. I played football with him a couple of times and that. He goes, I said, right. He goes, right. This geezer had an affair with Tash. Tash was my wife, right? And first of all, I'm thinking, fuck, like, Reese, you know about this. Why didn't you say something? Because it weren't at that time, because I'm with Emma at that time. We're talking about a few years prior, right? Yeah, and yeah, so my mate Reese said, yeah, I've got this geezer Zorba. He says he'll give you a statement because he thinks it's out of order you're not seeing your kid. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Why does this geezer want to do that for me? But I just thought, right, well, if he wants to give me a statement, give me his number. I need to go and see him. Yeah, so I went and met this geezer. And he was ready to write down a thing on a bit of fucking napkin in the car. I said, you can't do that, mate. We'll have to go and file an affidavit and do it properly. He's like, all right, I'll do it for you. So I think this geezer's going to give me a statement. Can't understand fucking why. So, but I just thought, if he's going to give me a statement, I'm going to take that into the court, mate. You know what I mean? Of course I am. So as far as I'm concerned, this geezer can't do anything to me because what are you going to do? You'll give me a statement. If I get a statement, wicked. Anyway, the geezer's stringing me along. Then he comes with the idea about, I'll get you a picture of her sniffing gear. Once again, in my head, I'm thinking, well, I ain't instructing this geezer to do nothing. If a picture turns up at my house through my fucking letterbox, then boy, I'm taking that to the fucking court. Yeah? So as far as I'm concerned, but this is the News of the World. He's part of a Mazza Mahmood team. Right, so they've come in on the wife angle. This geezer's been seeing me ex-missus up the country club and that, getting gear out and all the rest of it. Eventually, he ended up round my house. I can't go round to my own house. There's an injunction. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't fucking go round now. But this geezer's been round now. And this is in 1999, right? So when he's seeing my ex-missus, the News of the World have said, I've hired an anonymous hitman to drug and sexually degrade my wife in fucking April 26, 2002, which is where all the hacking and everything starts, right? They're hacking me and listening to me, but they're the ones that set this whole thing up. They're creating it to be the first to report on it. It's not new, because I wouldn't have been there had they not sent this geezer to my mate Reese to then send me and say he's going to give me a statement. Just right? Is he still in the room?
No.
He's not there.
You right, Brian? You right, Brian?
How you doing?
Yeah, good, honey. You?
Who's that, Charlotte?
Yeah, it's me.
Hello, darling. Right?
Yeah, I know we've already spoke this morning, seen you stuff your face with your bacon sandwich. We'll catch up after you've done this. We had to cut our chat off because you had to sort your studio out, so we'll have a chat after this in private, all right?
Yeah.
You all right, girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right, darling. I'm all right. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate you doing this.
You're welcome. You know, you said do
Yeah,
it.
I know. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, not worried.
I thought it was a place for you to voice what you want to say, Brian.
It is, yeah. It's good, actually. I might have to. I might have to get involved in it.
There you go. Camera's on, all right? Because I know you don't like.
That's it. Wicked. Yeah, I'll have to get involved in this thing more often, I think.
You enjoying it? It's good for you, innit? I told you.
Yeah.
But it can get debatable. I tell you now.
Yeah.
You can get catty.
Yeah. There's some unsavouries coming on.
Yeah, you do.
You can get into debates on here, mate.
Oh, that's mad. Puddick, you watching? Brian. Hi, Brian. It's in Puddick. Coming in. Yeah, look.
He's watching. You know he's watching. You know he's here.
What's going on there?
Oh my
He knew it's the Benson. What's going on there? Fucking nonsense, these people. Telling you, nonsense, all of them. Dirtbags. Big fucking grooming ground, that music industry.
There's too much. There's too many cover-ups, Brian. Too many cover-ups, and that's the thing. When you're a whistleblower, you're shut down.
Yeah.
They don't want you telling the truth.
They don't.
Excuse, and they'll use the mental health as an excuse that you ain't right. You're unstable.
Yeah, listen,
right,
see, I think that's the giveaway. When they start doing that to people, and they've got they're searching for, oh, well, what's he done? That's got to be a giveaway sign. You know, that they're trying to find. Why they always got to try and find shit on you? Why can't they ever take a story as, all right, well, we know he's, for example, run a cat over in the past, but he's still telling the truth here about whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's fucking mental. That's what I'm saying. This needs to happen.
Or you're a triple murderer.
Or you're a triple murderer.
Yeah.
Coffee with a triple murder.
Anyway, I think Chantal said she had a question for you. Chantal, did you have a question?
You got a question, darling?
Yeah, it was from Amy, actually. I think it's to Brian, her and Brian. The question was about somebody using a photo of, this is horrible to say, a scan of a baby's fetus on her name. Which
on her name? Who would do that? Or troll, see what I mean?
So, we know this trolling goes on, but last night, that was on Wasp's channel, mate, when you were on there. And that's
I was invited on last night, as if people who was on there know, yeah. I said, let me see. I was invited on there last night. I always keep my word. I always keep my word, no matter what. Yeah. So I said I'd go on. There were 7 people on. I had 2 people cover me and trying to attack me. Off me guys. I went out at 1 o'clock in the morning last night. See, I made the geezer for a round, and he never turned up.
Yeah, you told me.
Mental. I think, what am I doing? What am I doing?
This is what they
because they brought the autism into it.
Yeah, they said they know how to wind you up.
They don't know what they got to me.
They know how to trigger you. I told you that, didn't I? I said, for Christ's sake, they know how to trigger you, and they pushed your buttons, and look what happened at 1 o'clock this morning.
That's it. There you go. There you go.
They did. They got to me buttons, mate. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I told you when we talked on the phone. I said that last night. I said it this morning.
Oh, no. I'll be honest with you. I can't put you boys say you were right good. Phone me up, said don't go when I was going. And I was like, I couldn't help myself. Yeah.
You said you keep your words and you kept your word. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Should be just.
That's what I'm saying. That's how they get you, though.
I went out in my plastic with that Lamborghini that I don't own, Brian.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You took the plastic one?
I took the plastic one.
Good, you don't scratch the real one. Did you take the... did you put the painting in the back as well?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh, good. All right, Ian?
All right, Ian?
So, really, it seems that there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's all to do with the media and all these kind of things. And I know that we've got a guy in the live chat, what people keep on timing out, they think he's a troll and whatnot. But I do want to take a question from Liam, actually. And Liam wanted me to ask you, do you see any Zionist connection with what actually happened to you?
Zionist, I mean, let's define... What is a Zionist? What are we calling a Zionist? What are we talking about? Are we talking about the
looking for you last night?
Because Zionism is not to do with Israel, is it? If I'm right, I'm not on subject.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, but if we're talking about if we call it by its other term, Illuminati. Yeah, which everyone sort of kind of calls it by.
Yeah.
I've seen the symbolism for myself in the videos. If you look at the first album, Wolfenstein, was shaped like a pyramid. That album went straight in at number 1.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... If you look at, say, our second single, which was a song called Gold, might be like a harmless sort of pop music video where we're just jumping about and whatnot. But when you look at this, when now I know a little bit about the Freemasonry thing. Well, I started looking into it in 2007, but now I know what I'm looking for. I'm seeing Baphomet wings in the video. Tony's holding the pyramid with the all-seeing eye on it. He's having gold coins dropped over him, right, which is reference to Rain Man. Yeah, satanic. He's between two pillars. It's Masonic. It's all over all of it when I look back through it. If you look at the It's All Right video.
You're supposed to know that.
You don't know that. You ain't got a fucking clue. Take it from me. You're going for it. I was the only one, funny enough, who piped up about the wings that they made us wear. Because Tom Watkins said to me, I've got my mate doing a video. It's going to be great, babes. It's going to be, it's going to look like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I'm like, what?
So what's the wings about?
The wings are like, fuck knows. But now I know they're fallen angel wings, aren't they? Yeah, Baphomet. A reference to the Baphomet, as above, so below.
Do you believe in this?
It's satanic. It's satanic. It is satanic. Even Tom Watkins is sitting now when he's being interviewed in that bit where he's sitting there looking like a green light bulb. You know what I mean? With his silly bum bag around his neck and his sailor's hat on. And the geezer says to him, you know, is it about music? It's about sex and music sometimes. In the background, he's got his Mickey Mouse thing there. We all know about all the satanic references to Mickey Mouse and Disney and Masonic. They're all in on it. As far as I'm concerned, you ain't going to do well in that industry unless you've done something wrong and they've got something on you, or they all take turns in bumming you or something. Right? That's honestly, and I mean that. I'm not just making a joke out of it. You'll do well in this industry if you've been bummed up the arse left, right, and centre, or you're good at keeping your mouth shut or something. Yeah, or they've got to have something over on you. I think it's all run via blackmail, via
pedophilia. It's about the rap game. I was talking to that the Django yesterday, and he was telling me about that in the rap game. But it's all in America like that, apparently.
America looks worse.
Yeah.
Like fucking not even undercover anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like not even undercover, not even trying. It's just like, yeah, you want to be in this? They're dressing like women. They're all drinking date rape and shit. So what the fuck's happened there? That can only be satanic. There's nothing good there, is there?
No, definitely
you
not.
know, but they all mock God. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're going to hell. As far as I'm concerned, I hope
At the time, you wasn't aware of it.
That. What was that?
At the time, you wasn't aware of the things that they was making you do subliminally then.
Mate, there was no internet back then. We didn't have any insight. We didn't have any of these YouTube videos being made by people. There was none of that. There was I had absolutely no idea. I'm just swanning through life, waiting for the day when it's like, right, when can we start making fucking Jodeci tunes, man? Right? And that was it. And for that, I'm like, I don't want. He just wants to. They do a little half sort of poppy R&B thing every now and then. Yeah, keep him happy. Well, it's not good enough. I'm on the creative tip. That's why I've ended up making my own videos, fucking making my own sets, doing everything myself. I do it all myself because there's a bit of me inside going, see, I knew you could do it. I knew it. I've got to see it happen because I've got to see myself do it. They held me back, and they knew that I was the singer in that group. Everything was coming towards me. And they couldn't have me being the power in that group. So they had to get rid of me. They had to do me up in a way where it looks like I destroyed myself. And here I am, years later, right? Sold 22 million records. The T-Mobile advert used my voice from House of Love. It's got 40 million views. The free mobile advert with a Jackson... Hang on.
What they're bringing to that...
He's just getting something real.
Do they really think Ian put
real?
Yeah, no, I can see him.
Oh, this shit, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah? All right, it's really all right. Yeah? All that.
Yeah.
That was all my voice.
The Monster Munch.
4.8 million.
The Monster Munch thing, isn't it? That was on Monster Munch.
It's fucking thingy out the Cookie Monster out of the bin, isn't it? Or Groucho, just in another colour.
Brian.
Anyway, he works for me now. He's defected from Murdoch. We're going to film a little sketch. He turns up at my window and that, telling me about how they've hacked his phone and all that, and they're setting him up.
I might stay another day.
Yeah.
And,
Stay another day. Stay another day.
I've not heard that before.
Every year.
See, that's the other thing that's going to fuck them as well. They've turned me into Christmas now. That happened, but I'm part of Christmas, mate. I'm never going away.
Exactly.
They need to settle this with me. Stop taking me for an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I will fight my corner until the death because you took my ability away to do anything for anyone. Make me the one that needs the charity. I can't do nothing for my daughter or my family, and it is fucking embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? When I've got all of this, does this make any sense? Real honestly, does it make any fucking sense to you? Right? I've got all this, no one's touching it. They're involved. They're banging trouble.
Research.
I'll tell you what, listen, I've got Michael Mansfield barristers, yeah? You know the geezer with the white hair?
Yeah.
No.
The top,
He's the top barrister.
he's the top barrister in the country. If you was going to get a barrister, you'd want him. I've got his firm. I've got the geezer underneath him. Lovely geezer, two of them actually. Lovely geezers. They've got all the evidence. Let's see where this goes. I guarantee you, my case is going to open Leveson too. And then watch the floodgates open. Murdoch's going to die. What are they protecting him for? How old are you? 91. You're like a ball bag, mate. You need to come out of it. Come out of the way. It's not like he can't afford it. The geezer was expanding his company a few years ago until I rung Ofcom, got a reference number and sent him the email with all this stuff. All of a sudden, he's selling up, right?
Yeah, he had 153 newspapers. 153.
They want to play me like I'm not important, I'm not here. And I'm not really important. I'm not up my arse. I'm not someone, I don't care if I ever work in that industry. I'm not bothered. I just think it's a dirty fucking breeding ground for nonces and weirdos. And I think we could start to make at least some changes in social media and going forward. So we've got to chip away at these things, stop these people getting into people's heads and fucking with them, because I think that's what the punchline is here today. This is a freedom of speech channel, and you should be able to speak freely and openly, and you shouldn't have to then be trolled for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By multiple accounts with no face who remain anonymous. And I think it's wrong. And after the amount of suicides that he's talking about, that's real, man. Little 14-year-old girls online getting abused, 12, and all that. No, this would stop that. So that needs to happen. And people like Puddick needs to be made an example of. And here it is. If you've ever doubted it, why didn't the police take his computers? Why didn't the police come and take mine? Yeah, nothing come of it. They threw it out at the last minute. These people play mind games, and enough is enough. Yeah, so these people need stopping. So I hope your viewers at least can see. I might be 100 miles an hour, but I'll tell you got to be carrying the information that I've got and be able to explain it to people over and over again.
No, you got to keep up. That's all it is. They've got to keep up, mate. That's all it is. They just got to keep up.
And I understand that it's hard to keep up, but just trust me, the day is coming where these people are going to get punished.
Did you do the research yourself?
Do you do the research yourself, Hurle? Do you research stuff like yourself?
I do. Yeah, I do research on some things. Yeah, if I'm keen on it, then I'll do research on it, find out about it, and you know what I mean, all these things. So yeah, but no, you seem clued up, especially with this whole thing. You've done your fucking research from in to out, mate. You got it back in front. Like you know, off my heart, mate. Like not off my heart, basically. Like
I had to protect my life, real mate. Honestly, this is what it come down to. In 2015, they had me thinking of faking my own death. I took the pictures of me hanging out the loft. All you can see is a pair of, all you can see socks hanging out the loft. Yeah, like these weird socks. Right, so I'm not even joking. I was fucked. They fucked me. Puddick got in my head. I spoke on Twitter about. How you doing, mate? Who's that?
That's me, mate.
Oh, is that you? Oh, wicked. Your camera's working at last. All right.
Your camera's working at last.
Yeah, your camera's.
No, I just didn't turn it on. I just thought I'd
hanging out the loft, brother. I was hanging out the loft. Yeah, you could see my legs, and I'd even spelt my name wrong on the photograph, and that was all of these things. I was like, this is fucking madness. I had to get my mum to take the girl dog. I said, look, if I've got to do a runner, I've got the two boys.
Said you crazy.
Mate, I was going to go and live in the forest in a tent and just get out of the way for, honestly, it's fucking crazy. And then in the end, I just thought, I can't live like this. So I stopped smoking the green for about a year and a half, right? I thought, if I'm going to do this, let me go in clean. I've done a drugs test for everyone online and went, right, listen, so you know what I'm chatting at the moment is right. I'm doing the test. I've done it in front of everyone. I took all of their fucking ammo away, right? And I've gone back to smoking weed now. But I'm still saying the same thing. It's no different, right? And it will never change. So, here we are. I'm still going 7 years later. And these people are going to lose, Will. They're going to lose.
Nah, they are. Their time's coming to an end. I watched a good documentary the other day. I'll send it to you. If you get Brian to send me a number, I'll send you some stuff over.
Yeah.
I'll watch some of the kind of things that you'd probably be into as well.
Yeah.
And there was a documentary on the other day that basically is tying in all of these upper echelon people with the paedophile acts that's going on, the satanic rituals of kidnapping children and doing all kinds of blood rituals and bloodletting and all of these kind of mad things. And to be honest, it's
spirit cooking and all sorts of fucking...
Yeah, spirit
What's she doing hanging about dancing about head to head with Jay-Z? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, the biggest artist out there, and he's doing this silly dance of a woman that flashes piss, blood, shit, and any other fucking probably snotting in it, anything you can do, semen, mixing it all up and making paintings and writing cut deep into the thing. What the fuck? I'll put a message on off. I'll put you dirty, nasty tramp cunt. Yeah, I didn't know what else to call her. You fucking... These are the people that are mixing with... What's she doing talking to him? How's that work? And then they're all in on it. Lady Gaga and all their dirtiness, mate. Who's that one drinking his piss? Kesha or whatever? You fucking tramp. Drinking your piss.
All right, listen.
Mate.
Somebody else has just showed up in the comment section, and it's made me want to ask you a question. Maggie's smiling, so I think she knows what question I'm going to ask you already. Yeah?
Go on, ask me.
We've got a guy in the comment section, and he's adamant that there's so many transgenders within the actual within the music industry, within the artist industry. Anyone who's in the public light, I mean, he's gone as far as to say that Beyonce is transgender, Rihanna is transgender.
Well, it's just everyone then, isn't it? And anyone that's been successful, they're transgender.
Like literally,
Joe Obama, there was another one, wasn't it, that they were saying?
Who?
Michelle Obama, they were saying as well, weren't they?
Michelle Obama.
Three head on the shoulder to shoulder, that's a man. If you can fit 2.5, that's a woman. Fingers longer, then no.
Now you sound exactly like facts. You sound exactly like facts.
Right? All that shit. Listen,
you sound exactly like facts now.
No, it's not actually factual though, because I know girls that wear that long,
that's true.
Longer than that, and they're definitely.
Yeah, that's the same thing what I was trying to explain to him the other day as well, because I know girls what I got they're not the same. You know, like you must have slept with a lot of women, mate. We know you fucking probably slept with thousands. So he's the perfect man to tell us women come in all fucking shapes and sizes. Like. I wouldn't like to count, man, but you know what I mean? I mean, you show me another young geezer growing up in the limelight who's got, and it is like that for a while. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you're at a height, people are. I mean, mate, people still turn up now. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking mad. It's not like I'm calling it on or asking for it. It just seems to happen. But listen, I'm a nice bloke. You know what I mean? I'm not one of these nasty, hungry dogs and that. You know what I mean? That'll just. You know, I'm not like that. I am actually a decent bloke, but I have slept with a lot of women. Yeah. But was there any stories of transgenders when you was in the public eye? Was that even any stories? Was it even heard of in them days?
Well, a lot of things shocked me back in them days. I mean, you go if Tom Watkins had a Christmas party, right? For example, I've said this before. and you've got like all media people there, people that interviewed you at Smash Hits, even the photographer, like everyone, like all in this house. And then you get transvestites walking through. Hello, Brian, come and talk to us. And I'm standing there like going, like, are you for real? Like, I've never seen it before. You know, and Tom knows all these people. But then you're quickly put into a place where you're like, if you talk to someone and they look really odd, let's say, for example, Andrew Guyan. Have you seen Andrew Guyan? I've had a couple of, seems to be sorted now. It seems to be sorted now and good, because I'd actually like to talk to this person. Now, this is an intersex person, what you would call hermaphrodite, right?
Yeah.
And self-admittedly, ex police officer, and was online and said something about me going up the benefits office and having a scream up, and got it all wrong and said that I'd gone down there without an appointment and
she's got her own channel anyway.
Yeah, she's got her own channel. She's got her own channel.
Odd person.
I thought she was a troll, but listen, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones, but I think it's done on purpose, because they want me to slip up and then go running in there and go, yeah, you're just a fucking... And then, trust me, the media will want to know then they'll report that. They won't report phone hacking or fucking rape with this person or Ian Puddick.
No, they're waiting for you to slip up, mate. They're waiting for another
exactly.
Brian.
Why are they
They're
like
waiting
that?
for another Brian's been sectioned, or fucking Brian's been arrested, or Brian fucking done this. That's what they're waiting for, another story like that. And then you'll be all over the front page.
You've got to ask yourself, why, Real? Why are you waiting for that?
Because they want to bring you down. They want to bring you down, that's why.
Why? What have I done?
You've obviously pissed off someone up the top. That's what it is. You pissed someone off.
Something you might even know yet.
Honestly, right, I tell you, Brian, when you said that to me, when you said that to me, right, I'll tell you, the only other person that said that to me was John Harris, and he's dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Thanks, mate.
No, I don't mean that in a bad way. No, I won't say it to you so I can handle it.
Yeah.
Right? Right, but he's dead. He was saying to me, you've seen something, mate. Yeah. And then Daniela pops up.
Yeah.
And then she says to me, oh, you know what that was? Do you remember when we was in the Red Rooms? It was her that fucking told me. And I remember going, the knee, fucking hell, yeah. Now I think I've... And then she told me, see, this is the thing. She told me, fuck it, I'm just going to say it. This is what she told me.
You're exclusive now.
She told me it was Simon Cowell and Sunita. No, it weren't. Why are you telling me that? Right, to go out and get it wrong. Why? Was Simon Cowell then going to sue me? Don't forget, Simon Cowell had Max Clifford looking after his PR. We all know about Max Clifford. Yeah, it's all intertwined, mate. Oh, listen, let's cut the story really, really short. What is laying underneath all of this that people can't find out about that important people do? Paedophilia. There it is. Right? There it fucking is. But they can't come to the surface in the mainstream media in front of people. It's all right hanging about on the internet, unconfirmed, but you won't get it in the mainstream media.
It's slowly coming out, though. It's slowly coming out.
Are in with MI5, they're in with Downing Street, special branch, and they are there to